But from there we were sent to a place called Forges, and we ran into it there. That went on for 3 days, and it was there that we were taken prisoner, Forges, after the 3-day battle. And the day before we were captured, we got what they called a Continental Daily Mail. It was just one sheet of paper written in English. And it was telling us that how well we were doing in the war and all this. And that there was 50 Spitfires. We never heard of a Spitfire because they weren't popular or weren't well known in 1940, the beginning of 1940. They were well known down south, but not across in France. 50 Spitfires in Paris, and we were well supplied. And while I'm reading this, we heard a drone of a plane coming over. And it was lovely sunny weather, it was beautiful weather. And you could see this plane, and it was very high. And all of a sudden, I saw something reflecting from it. And I shouted, "Get down." And it was a good job we did, because it was a bomb. And it dropped on our cookhouse, which was in an orchard about 100 yards away. And we were there for another, I would say about another 10 hours. And then we decided everything quietened down. All this time there's machine guns going, there's bombs going off, and it was just, you didn't know where it was coming from. We got the word to withdraw, and there was 130 of us. And we were transferred from whatever division we were in. I never found out when we went to France whether it was an English division or whether it was the 2nd or the 3rd Lowland Division or something like that. But we were transferred to the 51st. And somewhere in this house, and I've been looking for the last week for it and I can't find it, I have got the last letter or note or card that I sent from France, telling them that I was with the 51st. Telling my father that I was with the 51st. Didn't say where or anything like that. You weren't allowed to do anything like that. And we set off. We wrote that card in the morning, and I didn't discover until I came home after 5 years that my father had got it, and he'd kept it and given it to me when I come home. But we were given instructions to we were to keep off main roads. We were to withdraw, keep off main roads, and it was every man for himself, and you were to avoid crossroads. Keep off crossroads. And by this time, we were in a big open valley, and there was a road. The road that we were on was a second-class road, but there was one away in the distance on our right, and we could see the tanks going along it. And the next thing, we got a rattle of machine gun fire. And I count myself lucky to be here, because I got a place on the roadside where there was a cut-off for the water, and I lay in that. And the fellas on this side of me, 3 of them, one of them was killed, 2 of them were injured, and one fella, a fella gun came from Bowness, had his steel helmet on, and a bullet got it and it ripped it like a piece of paper. He wasn't got it under him. And he had, the only thing that was wrong with him was a red bit round his neck where the strap had got him. That was all that was wrong with him. And one of the worst jobs that I had once I came home, the chap that was killed was from a wee village of Templand.
Templin, I know it.
Do you?
That's where Maud's mother comes from.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh well, it was a village of Templand, and it was a fellow Arnold
Mm-hmm.
was his name. I can never remember his first name because I'd only met him that day. I didn't know he was from, because we were all that day put together, and we were from all over, different places. That was the first time we'd met,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. And I had to, they asked me, when I went back, when I got home, they asked me to come down to Lockerbie and visit them.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to know all the ins and outs of how he was killed and that. And it wasn't nice.
No,
No.
no.
No. But anyway, before once we were captured,
What was that like,
we
Pete?
were taken.
What was the detail of that? You were in that ditch and the fellow lying dead. What happened next? Did the Germans come down or tanks?
No, they were about 150 yards away,
Uh-huh.
and they just every now and again born and batch of machine gun fire.